What's good, Greatness Gang? Welcome back to another reaction. And today I have a very special reaction for you all, and it's from the one and only, the Beatles. Okay, the reason why I'm reacting to this right now is because something popped up on my feed, and it wasn't just significant because it was a Beatles song. It was significant because in the title it said that this is the last Beatles song, and I'm like, wait a minute. I'm just getting started on my Beatles journey, actually. So I don't know if it's true or not, but they put out a song called Now and Then, and they also put out a short film. So we're going to be reacting to the short film first, and maybe see if we can get get a little information about the song, or why it's their last song if it is. But we're just gonna get straight into it. So thank you for watching this video with me.
2 take 1, silent turnover.
Are you ready, Ringo?
Come on, we're doing it. We're on.
1, 2, 3, ah!
Which key is it in, really?
Ringo.
George is tuned up.
Oh, wait there. John.
I'm ready to sing it to the world.
I hope we pass the audition.
Of course we go.
What did it sound like with the bass doing the funny thing?
Keep that one. Mark it fab.
Wait a minute. So this Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club album cover, all of these people in the background wasn't real. I don't know why I thought those were real people in the background with them.
Keep that one. Mark it fab. Making good music in a band is all about chemistry. The way our 4 very different personalities combined in the Beatles was something very special. When we lost John, we knew that it was really over. But in 1994, amazingly, an interesting opportunity arose. We could make more music together.
If we were to do something, the 3 of us, as interesting as it may be, to have John in it is the obvious thing. I was talking to Yoko, and she said, I think I've got a tape of John.
We were pretty excited. A new John song. Amazing.
To hear John's voice, that's the thing that we should cherish. And I'm sure he would have really enjoyed that opportunity to be with us again.
We could use John and try and make a record. It was the closest we'll ever come to having him back in the room.
The fact that it's 2023 and they're still doing this is amazing. Like, that is crazy.
I do remember living at the Dakota with Dad and Mom. There's this impression that my dad stopped doing music for a while to raise me, which I think is partially true in terms of him not touring and not fulfilling any major record label obligations. But he was always playing music around the house. He was always making demos, and I do remember him recording into these tape cassette recorders. Mom had these handful of songs that my dad hadn't finished, and she gave them to the other Beatles.
George and Ringo came down to my studio.
Nice day. Oh, fabulous day, look.
We listened to the track. There's John in his apartment in New York City, banging away at his piano, doing a little demo. Is it something we shouldn't do? Every time I thought like that, I thought, wait a minute. Let's say I had a chance to ask John, hey, John, would you like us to finish this last song of yours? I'm telling you, I know the answer would have been, yeah. He would have loved that.
It's all because of you.
It was very strange when we started that there's only three of us after all those years and all that life.
John, really excited for the catalogue. We did Freeze a Bird and Real Love, and we got a little bit of time left to do Now and Then.
When we started Now and Then, it was very difficult because John was sort of hidden in a way.
In John's demo tape, the piano was a little hard to hear. And in those days, of course, we didn't have the technology to do the separation.
You know, that's computer stuff. You know, I was telling you a year ago, Jeff was doing this thing on his computer, but it opens up a whole other kettle of fish.
Can of worms.
To...
But will it open another year of work?
It really brought to the fore, to the three of us, that John's gone.
Yeah, that's like, it's like probably crazy for them because they probably like so excited. Like we found this John recording. Then once they faced the difficulties of like dissecting the song and trying to convert all the software and all the techie parts of it, and it probably really just hit them like, wow, he's gone. Like I wish he was here so we could just record this. So probably like a double-edged sword in this moment for them, like a bittersweet moment.
Every time we wanted a little bit more of John's voice, this piano came through and clouded the picture. I think we kind of ran out of steam a bit and time, and it was like, well, I don't know, maybe we'll leave this one.
Okay, see you next week. Next year.
Now and Then just kind of languished in a cupboard. And then in 2001, we lost George, which kind of took the wind out of our sails. It took almost a quarter of a century for us to wait until the right moment to tackle Now and Then again. With the technology
Determination.
that Pete Jackson and his team had worked out during the Get Back movie, he'd been able to separate off certain instruments and voices.
During the course of Get Back, we were paying a lot of attention to the technical restoration. That ultimately led us to develop a technology which allows us to take any soundtrack and split all the different components into separate tracks based on machine learning.
Peter Jackson has the Mal machine, which can just lift anything.
We thought, well, we better send John's voice to them off the original cassette.
My dad would have loved that because he was never shy to experiment with recording technology. I think it's really beautiful.
They said, this is the sound of John's voice. A few seconds later, or however long it took, and there it was, John's voice, crystal clear.
I know it's true. It's all because of you. And if I make it through, it's all because of you.
Since
It's just crazy, like how technology and music is so loved and hated simultaneously. is loved and hated simultaneously. Like a lot of older music fans or musicians like complain about stuff like auto-tune or the fact that you can make music so quickly. But when you got music technology and software that can revive a recording from arguably one of the, not the greatest, but one of the most important musicians of all time to do something like this, it's a blessing to have this advancement of music technology. So
Peter took John off and gave him his own track. It's like John's there, you know, it's far out.
So in the mix, we could lift John's voice without lifting the piano, which had always been one of the problems. Now we could mix it and make a proper record of it. I pulled it out, had a listen to it, and thought, oh, I could actually do the bass a bit better. So why don't I start there?
Paul called me up and said he'd like to work on Now and Then. What do you think? I think it's great. So he put the bass on, he sent the files to me, I put the drums on.
It really brought it on,
I like the
and so now
editing
we
of
had
this.
a track that was really starting to cook.
whoever edited this did really well, putting in the current and the old clips back to back like that. That's nice.
I've been vaguely thinking strings might be a good thing. The Beatles did lots of string things, you know, Strawberry Fields, Yesterday, I'm the Walrus. We wanted to go to Capitol Studios because that had been EMI and it was sort of Beatle-y. Giles worked up an arrangement like Giles's dad would have done in the old days. We had to put the music out on the stands for the musicians, but we couldn't tell them it was a new Beatles song. It was all a bit hush-hush. We pretended it was just something of mine. On the new record, there's a guitar solo. We had kept George's guitar parts from '95, and I thought what I'd like to do is do a slide guitar solo in George's style. It was really a tribute to George. And then we started mixing it. Wow, this is it. Now it's a Beatle record.
It's beautiful how they tribute to the song as being a tribute to both of the band members.
1, 2.
It was incredibly touching to hear them working together after all the years that my dad had been gone.
I know it's true.
It's the last song that my dad and Paul and George and Ringo will get to make together.
And if I make it through, it's all because of you.
All of those memories come flooding back. My God, how lucky was I to have those men in my life and to work with those men so intimately and to come up with such a body of music. To still be working on Beatles music in 2023, wow. We're actually messing around with state-of-the-art technology, which is something the Beatles would have been very interested in. Now and Then, it's probably like the last Beatles song, and we've all played on it, so it is a genuine Beatle recording. I'll tell you what, why don't you just give me a little bit of his original demo, sort of hear how he's playing the piano.
That part could be played on like another thing.
Ringo and play it. Okay. Yeah, tune tom-toms.
Just clips of them talking. All right, so we're going to get into the official audio, the Beatles, Now and Then, their final record. Thank you for sticking around this far in the video, Greatness Gang. I appreciate you all.
1, 2.
I know it's true. It's all because of you. And if I make it through, it's all because of you. And now and then, if we must start again, well, we will know for sure that I will love you now and then. I miss you. Oh, now and then. I want you to be there for me, always to return to me. I know it's true. It's all because of you. And if you go away, I know you'll never stay. Now and then, I miss you. Oh, now and then, I want you to be there for me. I know it's true. It's all because of you. And if I make it through, it's all because of you.
Yes, that was the Beatles, Now and Then. That song had, for me, it had so many emotions and elements to it and different levels of significance. The fact that it's their last song, the lyrics of the song The fact that it was a tribute to John and George. The song was like sad, nostalgic. I felt emotions of their success, that they had this long of a run and still able to pull something off like this in 2023. This song feels legendary to me. I'm going to add this to my personal playlist. I'm still getting into more Beatles music, so give me recommendations of where I should start first. Song is uplifting as well. I love the guitar solo. I love the texture of John's voice with the elements of the recording in it. His vocals wasn't perfect, but it gives it that nice texture to give it that vintage feel. So this was a good song, great song actually. So I liked it. Thank you for sticking around and watching this video. Thanks for continuing to subscribe to the channel. We're on the road to 4K. I thank you, Greatness Gang.